Section E eyeglasses holder. But okay, yeah, this eyeglasses holder, what I really see the main application being is that, if you're like iMart Express or somebody like that, I actually see this as being kind of a bonus gift for somebody buying for upselling people on a more expensive pair of glasses. So, a lot of people might be looking at a cheap pair of glasses, but, if you can get them to buy the next, higher or the next, higher model above that, they get a free, fancy glasses holder like this. I think that could really sell. That could really help you upsell people on higher, dollar pairs of eyeglasses than they might, like more expensive frames or whatever, or you can offer it as a bonus if they get, certain coatings on their lens or something like that. And again, it's something that you could probably have manufactured in China, for, less than a couple of bucks. But if you can upsell people on a $20, $30, $40 more expensive pair of glasses, that would have been a well worthwhile investment on your part. And the idea is that you'd have these things for sale, independently in your store too, and charge them like, $19.95 or something like that for them, sitting around on your store shelf. You probably won't sell many for $19.95. So the point is by having them sitting around on your counter, that makes people feel like they're getting a $19.95 value product, for buying, whatever you're trying to upsell them on. So it gives them a better value proposition. And I'm telling you, this is a nice little glasses holder. That's why I invented it, because I really want one for myself. I'm just so sick of scratching my glasses up all the time and everything like that, and this is a method that can reduce that. It's not going to save it from all applications, but, all situations, but it does actually help, people do that. There's at least that perception, and it is a unique way of doing it. So, protecting your eyeglasses, that I really think has a lot of good utility to it. So, as I've kind of already explained in the previous videos, it's got that minimal footprint on it, and as far as your nightstand, and again, it can optionally lock your glasses into place, so if they're knocked off, no problem, they're not going to break or be scratched up or anything, and it's just real easy to use. A single-handed eyeglass holder, that's the whole point to it. That does not get a bunch of lint on your lenses, which is the reason I do not like regular eyeglass boxes and eyeglass holders that are traditionally out there. And of course other ones that are out on the market, those things are going to, your glasses are going to come off and get broken. Well, this method is so easy to use, you can do it completely with a single hand. It's a single-handed operation device. And so it's got that novelty factor to it, and, it can be made, very aesthetically pleasing as well. So, at the end of the day, I do think that it really, could really boost your glasses sale, as a value-added bonus gift, for, again, buying a more expensive pair of glasses. So it's one of those things that, you can get creative with the use, but again, it's not necessarily a terribly expensive item to have manufactured. So, at the end of the day, I do think this could very, very, very easily pay for itself, and then on top of that, really bring in some additional revenue, more so than you're getting right now. So anyway, that's kind of the value proposition of what I see this primarily used for. So, it's a product you sell, and like I said, you can really try to upsell it. Really try to paint a pretty picture for it, and how it's used and everything, have a nice little poster, or cardboard cutout, display, somewhere in your store, that really shows all the benefits to it and everything like that. And, try to upsell the concept of why it's a $20 item or a $30 item or whatever you want to charge for it. but then, use that as a bonus present to where somebody will, can be upsold on a nice pair of glasses if they, buy that next expensive model. So anyway, and it's one of those, items that people could use as a sales tactic too. You could, if somebody's looking at a cheap pair of glasses, you could say, hey, right now we're running a special, we'll give you one of these if you buy one of these, that kind of thing. And even though you don't necessarily have any signage or anything promoting that concept, the point is that, you could do that so it gives you some gauges to, how effective it might be, how many sales you can actually generate by doing that versus just whether they buy that more expensive pair of glasses anyway. So, but the fact of the matter is, I know that, if I'm going into a store and, wanting to buy a pair of glasses, I'm usually going to try to buy the cheapest things possible because I scratch them up so often. Well, if I had a case, that really does work well, as a glasses holder, and I get that for buying a more expensive pair of glasses, I'm going to be more inclined to buy a more expensive pair of glasses now because I'm not as worried that I'm going to, scratch them all up and, be out, of a pair of glasses as soon. So, and it does have that, that aspect of it. But again, people are still going to scratch their glasses up in case you're worried about having it, as a serious impact on sales, because people scratch them. And most of the scratches I get on my glasses, actually, since I'm being so careful with my glasses these days, I almost never get scratches on them because of being on my nightstand. But I always have that fear that that's where it's coming from. And it used to be that I used to just throw my glasses on the nightstand, lenses down, and, I used to, generate some scuffs that way. I used to mostly scuff my glasses up and scratch them by putting them in my pocket because I'd wear my shades, my prescription sunglasses intermittently. These days I just wear my glasses everywhere. Since I started doing that, I don't scratch them up nearly as bad, but I still scratched them. I mean, even this new pair of glasses I got, I scratched within the first week of buying them. I actually dropped them on the ground and, scratched them on a metal object, it really irritated me. So, but at the end of the day, a lot of people don't really scratch their glasses up on the nightstand, but there's always that possibility. So really, I don't see that having a serious impact on the amount of repeat business you get from people, having scratched up glasses. But it gives people that peace of mind that at least on their nightstand they don't have to worry about it because they consider that one of the more vulnerable times because they're asleep. They can, hit it with a pillow and knock them off on the floor or whatever, and just people have that, sense of uncertainty when it comes to taking their eyeglasses off at night. And this addresses that. It's really not going to, in the end, probably promote a great deal of glasses savings if you guys are worried about that. I mean, people are still going to scratch them up in normal use. So I don't want you to, get turned off by the idea because, you think it really could cut into your business and your bottom line. But, because, I don't think it will. But, again, I still want one because I know, that I've just been paranoid about that for so long. And at the end of the day, it gives me nice peace of mind to have one, even if that truly isn't where I mostly scratch my glasses. So, at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. It's really a win-win proposition every way you look at it. So, again, I'm not, asking for, an arm and a leg for this IP, but I think it really is a clever glasses. It's really what I'd call the ultimate eyeglasses holder. Because it really is. And it's way better than the prototype you saw in the, the Watch Me Third videos because, that was kind of lame. That's why I don't use it because it locks up. So, but the model I came up with, unfortunately, would be hard for me to prototype because, I need to get my hands on big bobby pins or something like that just to even make a first concept. And I just don't have the money and resources to do that right now. I mean, I just really been through some hard times in my life, and it's, all catching up to me. So, but, I definitely want one. As soon as I get a chance to build one or whatnot, I want one. And again, if you guys actually buy the patent, that is a caveat. You do have to give me 2 or 3 free of charge. because that's always a policy of mine. We'll probably talked about that in one of the general videos. But the fact of the matter is, I do like to have at least one that I can take apart to see how, you guys did, and I like one for my trophy case and one for you. So, but again, that's cheap. So, anyway, the fact of the matter is, though, I really do want one of these things big time, and it was disappointing that the prototype I made doesn't really work. I don't actually use it. I mean, it probably could work if I made it out of different materials, but again, I'm just kind of stuck with what I got to work with here. So it's, but my new version is, the main embodiment there is the one I really want. Because that really fits the bill. That really is truly a one-handed eyeglasses holder. So that's safe. So anyway, thank you for your time. Yeah, on this product, I know you guys aren't going to be interested in this, even as a bonus product, although there is, we do have an aging population, and bifocals are certainly more expensive than regular glasses in protecting them. And even if you have insurance, though, it's still a pain in the butt to have to go get new bifocals. It's still nice to protect them. But still, as a bonus product, that'd be a real hit-and-miss kind of situation. I really do not see this working on an as-seen-on-TV commercial in any capacity. My biggest reason for offering it to you is, it's really just to show you that, just given the number of LED products I have in this, I don't want you to think that all my IP has, is all LED-based products when I say I got 2,000 inventions. No, only about 5% of my IP base has anything to do with, it being an LED-based product. And that's not, I got to differentiate that from, an LED product, a product that includes LEDs because, as indicators or whatnot. That's not what I'm saying, but I'm saying that 5% of my IP base, has, to do with products that are really based on LEDs. I mean, that's the principal function is surrounds the LED. It's not like, like the totem pole or something like that. It has a flashlight and a handle. I mean, again, that's an incidental feature. It's not an LED-based product, the totem pole. Just because it has a flashlight and a handle, that's an incidental feature, and it's optional to the main function of the device. But, again, about 5% of my IP, is LED-based, but that's about it. The other 95% has nothing to do with it except for incidental reasons. So, that's mostly why I'm presenting this to you, is just to show that, that as much as I can on this PPA, that most of my inventions don't have anything to do with LEDs. So, but I don't expect that you're going to be interested in it unless you want to take on the licensing theory, because, again, what I intend to do with this thing is take this to, like, IMAR Express or something like that and say, hey, you guys can take this product and, and I don't expect to get a royalty off this either for this reason, but you guys can take this product and basically give it away to people that want to buy some of your more expensive pairs of glasses as a bonus item. So the point is, and they certainly have some of these for sale sitting on the shelf for like $29.95 a piece or something like that. And that's from my approved model, not the prototype I showed you in the video. But the point is that would give them some incentive to want to buy that more expensive pair of glasses, even though it might just cost them a couple bucks to make one of these things. At the end of the day, they can still, upsell their customers on a more expensive pair of glasses using this as a bonus product. So, if they buy the cheapest frames, for example, they're not going to get the free glasses, the free $29.95 glasses holder. Or if they buy a pair of $70 frames, well, then they get the cheap, the $29 glasses holder, which costs the glasses company $2 to upsell, an extra 20 or 30 bucks there. So it has good value from that standpoint, and that's where I mostly see it's selling. Because, well, it's a novel idea, and I definitely want one. I wish I had my final version of it. That's why I made it, because I wanted one. I'm sick of scratching my glasses up all the time, on the nightstand or whatnot. And I don't like glasses holders because, I want something to be one-handed operation, something I can get to easily enough. Glasses holders just kind of sit around like a damn, paperweight taking up space on your nightstand. This minimizes the footprint, space that's taken up on your nightstand. It's a single-handed operation. Keeps your glasses protected. It's not like those glasses holders. The glasses, conventional glasses holders or glasses clamshells or whatnot, because they tend to get lint and crap all over your lenses, and I hate that too, because that makes it so you have to wipe it off. Well, this is lint-free, I mean, because it doesn't come in contact with the lenses generally at all. And as a result, you know, it keeps the glasses nice and suspended, and you can pull them out as you need it. It's a single-handed operation, and you can use the safety keeper if you want, you know, or not use it if you don't want to. But the point is still a single-handed operation to remove or insert your glasses into this thing. And, you know, if you do use the safety catch, you know, well, if the thing's knocked off your nightstand, well, they're not coming out of there. I mean, they're held in quite nicely by that. They would be held in quite nicely by that. So, and, you know, so they're not going to get scratched up, especially given the shape of the device and everything like that. It's kind of designed to, you know, prevent the glasses from getting scuffed. At the end of the day, that's the biggest reason for it, but also preventing lint and so forth from getting on it like you get from traditional glasses holders. So it's a very nice little device. And it does have a, you know, again, a more minimal footprint on the nightstand. But again, still, as an as-seen on TV product, it's not going to work unless you're advertising in nursing homes or something. I mean, you know, you know, it's just not going to work generally out on as-seen on TV in general. That would have been a different story, like before the contact lenses and laser surgery all took off. But I mean, you know, this day and age, you know, it's just not going to work. I mean, again, it would have worked back in the 70s, but, you know, not so much to these days. But again, I still am just mostly offering this to you just so you can see that I'm not all about LEDs, you know, and that I do have product ideas across the spectrum. I mean, as I always am fond of telling people, I have everything, you know, ideas in my invention list from, you know, ranging from new toaster ovens to new rocket engines. So, I mean, you know, it's all over the map. So, but this is a prime example of what I consider really a P-Tax item more than anything. You know, it's something I would take to P-Tax, not to so much to, you know, consumer direct advertising, you know, as seen on TV. Again, it might kind of work in a catalog like Sky Mall or something, but I still don't know that it'll be a high volume seller there, but it might be actually. That's a hard one to say. Because again, you know, there's no such thing as bifocal contacts or bifocal laser surgery, so, you know, there's always going to be a market for reading glasses or bifocals in particular, which, like I said, are not cheap. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's where I'm kind of coming from on. There's still a sizable market out there for somebody to hit. I mean, you know, iMart Express is still in business after all these years, despite laser surgery and contacts and everything else. So, you know, there's still a market out there, obviously, and there's probably more than just iMart Express out there, too. So, you know, at the end of the day, though, that really is probably the killer app for that product.